Once upon a time, in 1941, there was a lovely couple named Mr. and Mrs. Merritt. They got married and had 3 children. After that, they decided to get a building plot to build a house. It was a freehold house located at 133 Clayton Road, Hook, Chessington. In 1966, both Mr. and Mrs. Merritt agreed to put the house in joint name. Unfortunately, their marriage did not last long as Mr. Merritt formed an attachment for another woman and his wife found out about it. He then left the matrimonial home to live with that woman. On 25th May 1966, Mrs. Merritt pressed the husband to make arrangements for the future. Hence, they met and talked about the matter in the husband's car.
So how do we resolve the ownership of the house?
I will pay you £40 every month to pay off the debt, and then you need to pay £180 the outstanding balance, and then the house is yours.
Alright, but I want you to sign this agreement first.
After they both signed the agreement, the wife then took the piece of paper away with her. She did in fact pay off the remaining balance of the house mortgage over the following months, possibly using some of the £40 per month that her spouse gave her as well as her own earnings. But when the mortgage was completely paid off, Mr. Merritt reduced the monthly payment from £40 to £25. As Mrs. Merritt already settled all the mortgage payments of the house, she realized that Mr. Merritt refused to give the ownership of the house to her. Hence, she went to meet him as she felt unsatisfied.
Hey! My part was already done. Why are you still unwilling to give me the ownership of the property? You also keep reducing my monthly payment. The deed is already one of your own. Here's the proof.
But when I entered into this agreement, I didn't intend to make it legal.
Whatever, I will sue you. Bye!
As a result, Mrs. Merritt met her lawyer, Michael Johnson, to talk about the problem she faced with her husband.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Michael Johnson. I need your help regarding the dry relationship between me and my husband.
Mrs. Merritt, calm down. I would like you to tell me in detail what has happened. Actually, even minor details can prove to be of great value in legal matters. So please explain to me.
Mrs. Merritt was really disappointed with her husband as she found out that he cheated on her, as well as reducing her monthly allowances, and does not want to change the ownership of the house, even though she was the one who settled all the outstanding payment of the house.
It's okay, Mrs. Merritt. It seems that I am capable of representing you.
Thank you, sir.
As days passed by, Mr. Merritt received a summons letter from the court regarding the case. Hence, Mr. Merritt decided to find and meet his lawyer, Anthony Thompson, to help him out to win the case.
Assalamualaikum, Anthony Thompson. I need your help.
Waalaikumsalam, Mr. Merritt. What can I help you with?
I have received a summons letter from the court regarding the ownership of the house.
Okay, Mr. Merritt. Sure. I think based on your document, I'll be able to help you. I just need some details regarding this case.
On 14 May 1969, Mr. and Mrs. Merritt attended their first hearing. Upon hearing from both parties, Mrs. Merritt won the case. The court decided that Mrs. Merritt was entitled to a declaration that she was now the sole beneficial owner of the matrimonial home. Mr. Merritt was ordered by the judge to join the wife in transferring the property to her. The judge also dismissed the husband's counterclaim that the property was owned by both parties in equal shares. However, Mr. Merritt refused to adhere to the order. Later, he made an appeal to the court.
I will sue you in court.
Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye, bombastic side eye, criminal offensive.
Court is now in session.